I'm Stevie Johnson, and this is the side that you don't see.
What's the biggest thing you've overcome mentally or physically?
So mentally, the biggest thing was when my mom passed. When my mom passed, that was the biggest thing because I literally thought life was just whatever I made it in a sense. It wasn't perfect, but everything was going as planned. Think about it. I'm a kid in the ghetto. Didn't know anything about athletic camps and this and that. All I saw was a star on TV and they make this much, okay, they can provide for a family. So I want to do that. And then it ended up happening. Every step ended up happening. But then when I lost my mom, it was like, what? Like life is really real and I won't have her as a elder. And like that hit me a lot because I kind of saw the world different. And that kind of led to other things with the mental health. That's where the mentorships came in. I seen how effective that was.
How did you get through that time?
So I'll have to say it was my wife that helped me. She helped me, but I would say for those who don't have a wife, another thing that helped, you just gotta let it out. You gotta just let it flow, whether it's tears, whether you gotta scream, whether you gotta lock yourself in a room in the dark. And this is all things that I had to do, and it actually helped though. It got that burden off of me to feel like I'm holding stuff in, and and that kind of got me back out there. Like I said, my wife earlier was pivotal in that too. She gave me freedom in a sense. Said, hey, if you feel a certain way, just reassuring that you can do this, and I won't think a certain way. If you go in the room and I hear you screaming and saying, I'm not gonna come out and be like, what is wrong with you? I understand. So go be you. So, having that freedom with a partner and understanding was cool.
You kind of said it as just let yourself feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta let it flow. Because only we know what's going on inside. You know what I'm saying? We can say a lot of things and how, oh yeah, I'm better from it, I did it. But only you know. And if you don't be real with yourself, I had to be real with myself. I wasn't much of a guy that let the emotions out like that off the field, but it was needed. It was needed. And I was also one of those guys that didn't really ask for help. As much as people thought that I was like an out there kind of guy, I'm really not. And that helped and hurt me at the same time. Because again, we need mentorship. Mm-hmm. No matter who you are, mentorship is heavy. And I realized that, when my mother passed. But yeah, like that's something you gotta let yourself feel and then get back to handling your business, then having your fun. And I felt like that was the peace of mind. That's what I learned. So I made the business, handle biz, have fun. And that was ultimately the balance of life for me.
Yeah. Obviously, why so serious? I mean, that game.
Yeah, why so serious? Like all the stuff that happened, like Buffalo is so special to me because all these things happen here.
Why so serious?
But the why so serious blew up bigger than what I ever thought it would be. But did people know that it was more than Batman? Batman was just a coincidence that came out the week of, something like that.
Right.
It was
after that game.
Yeah, I was getting fined for everything, literally everything, because the NFL wasn't what the NFL is nowadays, what people kind of quickly forget because it's so entertaining now. But I was getting hit for being that new guy doing this or dressing this type of way or doing certain things, one red glove, one black glove, and I'm getting $5,000 fines for this. What's going on? Why are y'all taking this so serious? I thought this was fun, you know what I mean? I thought you're supposed to handle your business and have fun and get back to it. I didn't know that at the time, and then with that, all that happening, getting fined for scoring touchdowns, Minuteman things,
Yeah.
Why so serious? Why so?
But you say, I mean, even like you're trying to have fun, a drop pass or whatnot, like there's pressure out there.
Yeah.
But like you on to the next play, right? I mean,
now that's interesting too because I never really had a game-winning situation where I failed. So that's where I kind of look back with the high school guys and say, if you go through something now where you failed, don't be so sad or tough on yourself because you learning how to get through it now. Me, I was always successful in things. Growing up, high school, junior college, Kentucky, never missed anything. So then when it finally happened in the NFL, and I don't have a mentor like that, so now as you see how this is playing out. Then that finally happens, it's like, what do I do? Now I'm doing stuff that I shouldn't really do. The thoughts were still cool. I still talk to the guy, hey, what's up? What's going on? Hey, thankful all throughout the day, throughout my life. but I wouldn't have put it out there like that. You know what I'm saying? I would just got back to it and went back to work. But I had to learn that. I had to go through that because maybe God know I'm the one that's gonna put it in the children's book so that they can learn how to get, you know what I'm saying? Other people may not do that, but I feel like all that's here in Buffalo. You know, I can't avoid the location that it all happened at. So bounce back, and I didn't think I could after that, because that was, again, the first time I made a really big mistake like that, and letting people that feeling of letting people down really got me. It was just one of the things where, hey, this is your first real situation, and it just so happened to be when you a full grown adult now, you know. And I ultimately feel like I handled it wrong. I definitely handled it wrong, but I think, I don't know if people learn from it, but I'm sure people are learning from it though. If I get back to handling business, I'm gonna be back sane. I'm gonna have something to do. If I have fun, then you can sacrifice the fun. Not saying you always have to, but you can sacrifice the fun, but that's the balance. And then you get back to the work again. That's it. Yeah.
Thanks so much. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no, all good, man.